Indiana Fever didn't lose to the Aces. They lost to the lethal weapon of physicality. The Aces didn't win by playing basketball. They won by playing rigged ball, and everyone saw it.
Nope, get it. Are you joking me?
The refs, the commissioner, the players, all conspired against the Fever, twisting the narrative in their favor by the third quarter. If you believe the Fever didn't lose, they were cheated. Type "RefS stole it" in the comments below. Now here's the part that actually broke hearts. Coach Stephanie White literally melted down in one of the most emotional post-game interviews. And trust me, what she said absolutely ripped the Aces apart.
Steph, after a season like that and a game like that, what did you feel was important to say to your team right after it ended?
Just how proud I am of them. You know, they have been an absolute joy to coach. It's an incredible group of women.
Imagine a team so tough, so unbreakable that they clawed their way into the semifinals while missing 6 key players, including their engine, Caitlin Clark. You'd think that kind of grit would earn respect, but no. Instead, the Indiana Fever weren't playing just the Las Vegas Aces. They were up against the refs too.
Can't beat the whistle. You just can't beat the whistle. Not even the Mick Talks Hoops curse can beat the whistle, unfortunately. Unfortunately, you can't beat the whistle. What a performance! What a season! Rigged. Got no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Shit's rigged.
25 fouls against one team in a single elimination game. Are you kidding me? That's not basketball. That's a gift-wrapped buffet of free throws for the Aces. And yet, that was just the appetizer. The real feast? The special whistles. Every time the Aces so much as flinched, the refs blew their lungs out. Every time the Fever got hacked, shoved, or thrown across the lane, silence. No whistle at all.
And then Aliyah Boston tries to make a basketball move and get a bucket, but they're able to just hit her arm while she's shooting, not even making any contact with the ball, but it's not a foul. And there's another illegal offensive foul on A'ja Wilson, but they give the foul to the Fever. These phantom calls are adding up, and here's another one. Oh, a flop. Aliyah Boston obviously can't move this game. That's how she got fouled out.
But the moment that broke everyone watching, Aliyah Boston's 6th foul. A foul where she barely touched her opponent. All that a foul? Have you even seen how physical the WNBA is? Where are these refs from? A no-contact yoga class? And then there's A'ja Wilson. Look, nobody doubts she's a superstar, but let's be real. She is the queen of moving screens. She does it constantly, and in this game she got away with it again and again. Not a single whistle. Nothing.
A'ja Wilson can't help herself but move on a screen. Do you see how she moves her leg and then moves her hip? Which resulted in her teammate getting hurt. I mean, that's karma. This was probably a foul. It was a touch foul on Aliyah Boston. But, I mean, you got to let him play a little bit. And then this foul on Lexi Hall, it's third quarter. No, it gets worse. Look at this one on Brianna Turner. There wasn't much contact there, Marv. When the third quarter hit, the refs just took control of the entire game.
Rigged game. That's the only way to describe it. Because, just look at it. Aliyah Boston gets whistled for her 5th foul on a so-called moving screen. And if you watch the replay, she was set. Solid. No movement at all. Meanwhile, just a few minutes later, A'ja Wilson commits a clear moving screen on Lexi Hull, and the refs swallow the whistle.
Seen A'ja Wilson do this series, last series, the entire year. You're going to put Aliyah Boston on the bench the entire half off of that. And then watch this, she double dribbles, picks the ball up with 2 hands and dribbles again just to pass it. The WNBA officiating is wild.
One fan summed it up perfectly. Special whistle for the Aces tonight. Boston got called for her 5th foul for a moving screen and she was set. Then A'ja Wilson, with a few minutes to go in the game, commits a moving screen on Lexi and no call. Nice BS job, refs. But here's where it gets laughable. If Boston's brush of contact is a foul, then what's this? Jewel Lloyd shoving Lexi Hull to the floor? No foul. Young barreling through a defender. Play on. Natasha Howard getting smacked across the face. Not even a common foul, forget a flagrant.
Then they called this a foul. Lloyd runs into Timpson, which runs into Smith. How is that a foul? It's bullcrap. But this pissed me off more than anything, the way she's cheering about it. Look at, she almost breaks her arm. It's disgusting. Then Natasha Howard gets hit in the face. If it was A'ja Wilson, they would review it and upgrade it to a technical foul. Then Kelsey Mitchell drives and gets hit twice. Look at 1, 2. Do you think they call a foul? When it's A'ja Wilson, they call a foul on the wind.
These weren't missed calls. These were crystal clear fouls that everyone in the arena saw. Everyone, except the people holding whistles. This wasn't two teams battling on even ground. This was a tilted court. That's why what Lexi Hull said after the game hit so hard. She admitted it straight. This game was physical and they just had to play accordingly.
Yeah, I mean, that's what Steph said in the huddle. Like, we're built for this moment. When Kelsey went down, and then we're challenging the call on AD. We've been here before, so it's just so unlucky. It's so crazy that had to happen tonight, and just for us to be able to continue to bounce back and still fight and still,
And yet, here's the part that hit different. Even with the refs tilting the floor, even with the deck stacked against them, the Fever didn't fold. They fought. They kept pushing. They played like Avengers out there, taking hit after hit, still refusing to quit.
This team flat out balled tonight. Flat out balled. Everybody stepped their game up, man, and did what they could do.
And watching them battle through that storm, it was beautiful and it was emotional. From the very beginning, Kelsey Mitchell, the Money Mitch, was on fire. She was everywhere, knocking down shots, breaking down defenders, keeping the Fever alive every single possession. Every time the Aces thought they'd pull away, Mitchell pulled them right back.
Who sat down with Lloyd coming in. Backdoor, Mitchell lays it in.
Defensive end and her ability to contest.
Mitchell! It's a bad no call. Here's Mitchell. Mitchell able to hit.
Strength advantage in that matchup, took advantage of it.
Mitchell stops and hits. Game 5. Vegas looking to end this thing today. Mitchell splits the D. Working behind Boston. Mitchell flings it out. Sims. You bet.
The game kept getting tied again and again, and honestly, no Fever fan watching thought they were going to lose. But then came the moment that changed everything. Mitchell went down, an injury so heavy that the stretcher had to be called. The arena went quiet, like the air got sucked out. It looked like one of those heartbreaking scenes you never want to see in sports when the toughest warrior suddenly can't stand on her own. It was emotional, raw, and you could feel every Fever fan's heart break right there. Move one little bump, and she was out. And still, somehow, she kept fighting. She gave the Aces all kinds of problems, even when the refs basically put her in handcuffs. But of course, the script was written. At 84-84 with 27 seconds left, the refs finally got what they wanted. Boston, the anchor of this team, whistled out on a touch foul. The Fever lost their heart and their soul in the same game, within minutes.
Aliyah Boston's done. Aliyah Boston's done. Stephanie said this game is rigged. I mean, yeah, this is crazy. This review is going to be a long time, though, because they know the game is low-key kind of riding on this.
Everyone thought it was over. Everyone asked, who's left? Who's going to step up now? And that's when it happened. Out of nowhere, Odyssey Sims, a player who wasn't even on this roster at the start of the season, signed only on a hardship contract. And here she was, scoring 27 points, dragging the Fever into overtime almost single-handedly. She refused to let the Aces close the door.
Great, and she will drive this, and that's been true so far.
Thank you, Hal. Sims, pull-up jumper, she got it. On
and physicality to fit.
Connects on it. Denied by Hull. Always battling till the end. Here's Sims. Pull-up jumper is good.
That's the thing about this team. Even when the refs had other plans, the Fever kept showing up, one player after another. They fought with sacrifice, with courage, with fire. Honestly, it was historic. I've never seen a team play with this much heart. And maybe that's the reason why Coach Stephanie White got literally into tears when she talked about the Fever players in the post-game interview. She couldn't hold it back. She said these players are so tough, so resilient, that she's proud to coach them every single day. And you could feel it. She wasn't just
They're a great example to everybody.
She meant it with her whole heart.
What it means to just put one foot in front of the other, to persevere, to welcome people into the fold, to not give in to circumstance, to lead with grace and dignity, to sacrifice for a greater good and a common good.
Because think about it. What if Kelsey Mitchell hadn't gone down? What if Boston hadn't been fouled out on that ridiculous call with the game tied at 84? Who in the world would still believe the Aces were going to win? Nobody. This wasn't about the Fever not being good enough. It was about losing their core in the middle of the fight.
Injuries defeat us, not the Aces, not A'ja Wilson. We lost due to injuries. Point blank, period. It is as simple as that. This was too much to overcome. No other team would have been able to overcome this, man. I'm proud of the effort from this group, man. Kelsey Mitchell was 4 of 8 with 15 points before she got hurt. She was about to light y'all up some more. We ran out of players.
And then you zoom out and it gets even more unreal. What if Caitlin Clark was there? What if Sophie Cunningham was healthy and on the floor? Just imagine it for a second. The idea of that lineup, the energy, the firepower, I get chills just thinking about it, because with all of them, this wouldn't even be a contest. The Aces wouldn't just be worried, they'd be terrified.
The league is lucky if Caitlin Clark is not hurt. You are watching the Indiana Fever win the WNBA title. Point blank, period.
But here's the beauty of it. Even with so many missing, even with the heartbreak of injuries and foul outs, this Fever team made the league stop and pay attention. They made history with their grit. And that's why Stephanie White cried. Because she knows what she has, she knows what's coming, and so do the players. Sophie Cunningham said it best in her tweet after the game. Can't make this season up. So much to be proud of. You better believe we are coming for everybody next season. That's not just a tweet, that's a promise. This Fever team isn't done. Not even close. Next season, when they're fully loaded, the entire WNBA better be ready.
I know it's a lot of you out there rejoicing. Glad that the Fever season is over. We're not going anywhere. The season is over, but we're not going anywhere. This team flat out balled tonight.
Anyway, the Fever are out of the 2025 season. And for millions of Fever fans, that means the season already feels over. Because, like it or not, the Fever are the most watched team in the WNBA. And the truth is, they deserve it. The way they went out was nothing less than a win in spirit. Everybody is talking about their heart, their toughness, and the way they never stopped fighting. So tell us in the comments, are you still tuning in for the Aces versus Mercury finals? Or are you done now that the Fever is gone? But wait, don't forget to subscribe, because we've got a lot more Fever and WNBA stories coming your way.